Go with another one because you globetrotters don't fucking science at all. You guys think you science, but you don't. You guys repeat fucking stupid shit. So you have two different types of ways of trying to describe um, the universe. They went two ways about it. On this side, you have the standard model. It's newer. It came out in the 70s. And it has to do with particles and stuff. On this side, you have general relativity. And general relativity does not have to do with particles. It has to do with like large cosmic bodies, which is assumption actually. So let's go over this again. So general relativity is they're trying to explain the universe by starting with the cosmic, the large bodies in the sky. So general relativity comes from worshiping the sky. General relativity comes from an ancient occult religion that came out of you guys know it as centricity, but Helios was first known as Baal, B-A apostrophe A-L. Baal was the original name of that god. Then the Greeks ended up adopting that religion from the Phoenicians, because this came from the Phoenicians. Again, we don't know what the true name of the Phoenicians were. We call them Phoenicians because their culture fell due to phonetics and to the invention of an alphabet based on phonetic sounds. Because before that, written language was based upon symbology and symbols and concepts that were based off of logos. And like you would see, the bull for Merrill Lynch. You know, it's not that company or that corporation or bank is not being actually ran by a bull. The bull is just symbolic for the bullish market that they promote. If you don't know what a bullish market is, then you need to go look that up. There's the bear market versus the bull market. Okay, you guys can look that up, and that's on another topic. So Baal turned into Helios. Helios turned into heliocentricity. Heliocentricity. And centricity, we all know what that is. Centricity is Centricity means it evolving around something. So when you say heliocentric, what you're saying is everything evolves around the god Helios. So that's where general relativity comes from, the worship of the skies, worship of the space balls, which you guys know they're gods in ancient times. You guys call them planets now, but in ancient times they were gods. They were worshipped. Mars is a god, Saturn is a god, Jupiter is a god. Jupiter is actually Helios as well, and the sun is Helios as well. They've changed it around so many times that you kind of lose track of who's who and shit. But so general relativity comes from the worship of the sky. They started worshiping the sky. They try to turn that into a way of taxing. You want to tax a religion, first of all. You want to tax a religion. So turning general relativity and the worship of the sky into what supposedly the dark sciences, because that's what it is. And if you wanna look at it, dark science is black magic. Everything that they say about, someone magically flew to the moon and came back, they went to the heavens and came back alive. Those are religious fucking fairy tales that we've heard from all kinds of religious texts, ancient religious texts. So when they sit there and start talking about, the god Mars is gonna give humans life in the heavens, it's the same shit as saying that, humans can live on Mars. It's the same shit. You're just saying it differently, and that's where all this spells comes at. Like, you start talking about spells. Spells are not just words and letters. They are also numbers. So when they start talking about a billion this and a billion that and 1,000 this times this and trillion and then they go off into these like weird, delusional, confusing mathematical expressions, those are spells. They're trying to confuse you and get you to believe something based on words and faith alone. So this is where general relativity comes from. General relativity is them trying to measure and explain the universe through the sky, through the heavens. Okay? That's what general relativity is. And fuck general relativity. Okay, straight up. That's my view. The Standard Model is the true science now. The Standard Model is about particle physics. The Standard Model has everything to do with the small parts of the universe. And it's about what's on Earth. The Standard Model is more in tune with Earth and has to do with Earth and the microscopic part of reality. So if you want to start talking about math, everything can be divided into smaller parts. We all know the smaller parts, like the human body, work together to form the human body as a whole. And so that's how the Standard Model kind of works. It breaks it down to the smallest part. So if you were going to talk about the sky, it's real simple. The Standard Model explains the smallest parts. It explains the microscopic. The macroscopic is made of the microscopic. Okay? This has been confirmed as correct now. So this here is all assumption, hypothetical. This is theory. This is hypothetical. There's a big difference between the both of these. The Standard Model is testable and observable. You could mess around with electricity and electrostatic and dielectric potential and whatnot, and you could see all that. You could there's ways of testing that directly. This shit over here is like magical shit, and they're like saying they've never found a graviton. So this is all bullshit. This is all of this is based on a hypothetical graviton. I don't give a fuck what they call it. They can try and say this is a theory, but look, a theory that is based on a hypothetical on hypothetical factors cannot be a theory. Even if you want to hypothesize that a theory can be a hypothetical theory, it is not, because it is still a hypothesis nonetheless. As opposed to the Standard Model is testable. The subatomic has been explained already, and when you come down to math, this goes up to the 11th decimal place. This comes up to the third decimal place. Actually, it's 3 zeros. So it's 3 zeros, and then it falls apart on the math. This one has 11 zeros after, and the math is good all the way down. So you can't. That's the difference between general relativity and the Standard Model. That's the reason why the Standard Model has dumped general relativity, because general relativity is based on pure assumptions, pure hypothesis, postulation, conjecture. It's bullshit, man. The Standard Model, electricity is real. Electricity doesn't give a fuck about gravity. Okay, that's how it ends. Electricity does not give a fuck about gravity. Electrical devices do not work on gravitons. Your human body is based on energy and dielectric potential, electrostatic, electromagnetism. That's what reality is about. Electrical earth ground, the sky is electrical. That's the Standard Model backs all that up. General relativity is based on some crazy fucking dark energy. And if you want to see dark energy, you could call it another name. Black magic. That's all it is. You motherfuckers want to keep preaching your religion. I'm gonna keep putting it out there and letting everyone know what the fuck you guys are. You guys are not science, okay? You are an occult, and you're spreading fucking disinformation, and you're lying to everyone, and you're fucking telling everyone they're insignificant pieces of shit. Okay, that's what general relativity is falling apart. I'm gonna make sure this shit falls apart.